Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Love, Light, and Life Affirmed, your daily affirmations for self love and growth. I'm Matt Collective. Welcome back into the channel, you guys. So this is going to be your romance and love oracle message, you guys. Let's see what you guys got going on in matters of the heart, dealing with romance, love. Maybe somebody, dealt with a recent breakup. Let's just see what's going on and see what type of advice and a little bit of wisdom I can give to maybe help you through whatever this situation is going to be. Thank you guys for all the love and support. To all of my current followers and subscribers, you guys have been absolutely amazing. Thank you so much. Don't forget to check out the description box, you guys, where there is a link to my Etsy shop and my Cash App as well. I am just starting in my Etsy shop and trying to, provide some services for the collective. I make my own candles and jewelry as well. So just check it out. And all of my incoming followers and subscribers, thank you guys for joining us. I'm always happy to have you join the Soul Tribe. Just make sure when you hit that subscribe button to make sure on that notification bell, hit all so that you are always notified anytime I upload a new message for you guys. All right. Well, let's see what you guys got going on in romance and love. Oh, somebody's not your twin flame, you're finding out? Interesting. Wow, that started off hot. Okay. Not wasting any time, are we? Okay. What else is happening? What else? What else is going on? Wow. This is intense already. Jeez. Woo. Wow. I mean, talk about having something to say. Man. What else? This is drama. Ooh. Okay. I mean, any more? Okay, let's stop there. Wow. Okay, then. Well, either somebody's trying to get rid of their twin flame or somebody to realize that the person that they were dealing with was not their twin flame or they were a false one. Because this came out in reverse so fast. It scared me a little bit. Let's see. Trust the magnetic pull of your twin flame. It will guide you towards them. Yeah, somebody is trying to walk away from their twin flame, and not everybody is on the twin flame journey, you guys. This could just be a person you have a deep connection with. It could be a soulmate. This could be regarding friendship. So let's just see how the story goes here. But this is usually about love. So if this is a friend, this is somebody who you have romantic feelings for, or had apparently had romantic feelings for. Because this is definitely in the reverse. And then with this closure, somebody's looking for some closure here. Not all connections are meant to be except closure. So yeah, this is definitely a situation where I have somebody who maybe thought they were dealing with somebody who was their twin flame and they have been sadly mistaken. I don't know if they're sad or angry or resentful. I don't know what they're feeling yet, but they're not feeling the connection as apparent, and they are looking for some closure because there has been a lot of heartbreak is a part of the human experience. It will pass. Yeah, I feel like with this person looking for closure, though, I feel like whoever you are, collective, if this is you, again, if it's the other person that's trying to get closure from you, you know your story, you know your role in the story, flip it where it goes. Every story doesn't resonate for everyone. Just as a reminder, okay? If this is not your story, that's okay. That's okay. You can still learn something. But yeah, whoever this is for, you are looking for closure in this situation with this person who you feel like is a false flame. Obviously, at some point, you guys felt truly connected to each other for you to even look at them as a twin flame or as someone that you had a deeper connection with. But apparently, with whatever has happened in this situation, you're now looking for closure. You're done with the heartbreak. And I feel like, yes, you understand that heartbreak is part of the human experience. It's going to happen when you're dealing with someone else sometimes. I feel like, but with it being next to closure, because of this heartbreak, this is why you want closure. You no longer look at this as a open door of opportunity. Yeah, in the reverse, because in the upright it says an opportunity is about to present itself that leads you to a new person. Yeah, you no longer want this opportunity with this individual to be open. Again, you are looking for closure in this matter. You no longer see this as a wish fulfillment, with this being in the reverse. Someone you wish for is coming into your life. Yeah, I feel like you did wish for this person. I feel like you were at a point where you were trying to find someone different. You were trying to find truly a deep connection. But maybe when you were looking for that particular person, you were looking for them from a space of being broken. And obviously, we don't realize when we're in the middle of situations, right? That maybe we're manifesting someone from not such a healthy place. And so when someone comes into our life and maybe they act towards you a little bit better than the last person did, they seem amazing, right? Because it's just like you just left a relationship where you dealt with someone who was literally physically beating you up, possibly, trigger warning for anybody, just using this as an example. But then you come across someone who maybe doesn't physically harm you, but what you don't realize is that this person is a narcissist, and the abuse that you experience with them is more mental, which, sad to say, a lot of the times can be worse, because it's like you can heal sometimes from physical wounds, but mental anguish and people putting you through mental abuse, it is much harder to come out of that mental entrapment that you feel after you've been manipulated by someone that you truly care for. That level of heartbreak feels a lot different. So I feel like you want to close this window. Yeah, a new adventure in love is coming. Yeah. Right now you're trying to close this situation that you thought was a window of opportunity. You do not see this as a window of opportunity anymore. You are literally ready to walk away from the situation. Yeah, you no longer feel butterflies for this person. Butterflies in the reverse. You don't want to go out with this person. You don't feel good in their presence. Maybe you just don't feel safe with them. I mean, because this is, pretty strong. I mean, to go from feeling like someone was possibly a twin flame to saying, no, I need closure. That's pretty strong. Let's see. What else? Figure out what else possibly happened in this situation. This other. Yeah, you're tired of the illusions. You got tired of the illusions. That's where your heartbreak came from. And this is why it seems like you no longer trust this person who you once had such a deep connection with, but you no longer see as your wish fulfillment. Wow. Anything else? It's always unfortunate, especially when, yeah, you're tired of dealing with their imperfections. And it seems like it was just the behavior. The behavior was just not. I think you were surprised. That's what I'm feeling from this as well. I feel like you were surprised by what you started to see in this individual. Again, because you can't go from such a strong connection with someone where you feel like you guys could be each other's Bonnie and Clyde in a situation to literally trying to close these doors, this window, this door. I mean, you were really trying to shut this down. And I feel like you're truly ready to walk away. And I feel like you were truly shocked and heartbroken once you started to see the truth. You started to see the person feeding you illusions. You stopped feeling the butterflies that you used to felt for this person. You stopped feeling the abundance that you used to feel for them. And I feel like you know that you deserve this. You want what the universe has to offer when it comes to matters of the heart, but you know that you're not going to find it with this person. And this is why you're asking for the closure. Yeah, the romance is gone in this situation as well. It makes me sad, because maybe this is someone who lives close to you. They're not at a distance. Maybe it's making it more complicated, more difficult for you to walk away and find true closure because maybe this person is still in close proximity of you. But you guys, it always makes me sad that people don't realize how fragile the heart is, right? We deal with heartbreak and disappointment even from a young age, right? As kids, we start to deal with disappointment, obviously not in romance, but as far as like, being disappointed because our parents didn't get us, the toys we wanted, or we couldn't do the things we wanted to do. So we know from a very young age what feelings of disappointment is like. So you would think that as we grow into adults, we would be more mindful, right? You would think that we would make better decisions for ourselves towards others, especially when you've experienced feelings of disappointment and heartbreak a lot. It's almost has the opposite effect on people. It sometimes makes people become bitter. It makes people project that negativity onto others. And it's kind of crazy, but it's almost like they want people to feel what they felt. And because they haven't healed, they begin to create heartbreak in others, which is very sad, but it is so true. And most of the time, people end up getting with these individuals, but they don't even realize how truly broken they are until they've already fallen in love with them. So when they actually start to see the truth, their mask starts to fall off. It's almost shocking how deep the trauma goes. Not for everybody, but for a lot of situations. I think when you're dealing with somebody from the beginning of the relationship, it's very important to understand how they grew up. What were their relationships with their parents like? Do they actually have a good relationship with their mother? Do they have a good relationship with their father? Because sometimes when you're dealing with a man who maybe doesn't have a good relationship with their mother, they may not actually like women. They may date them, they'll sleep with them, but liking a woman is different than just wanting to have one on your arm or be able to sleep with one. There's a lack of respect that is embedded in this person's heart that doesn't allow them to respect women, to know how to nurture women, to really know how to treat them and adore them because of the trauma they have with their mother. Or they grew up with a father who always had a lot of women in their life. They didn't grow up looking at a man who was faithful to one woman. So what they know is my dad had a lot of women, so it's normal to want to be with a lot of women. So it's very important to pay attention to those type of things when you are dealing with someone, when you're starting to become romantically involved, when you start to have deeper emotions and feelings, even if you start out in a friendship, because friendships can grow into romantic love as well, right? Try to get to know the person that you are close to, man, woman, whoever, romantic or platonic. Get to know who you're spending your time with, because then maybe you won't be so caught off guard when you realize that you are now in love with this person, or when you realize that you want this person to be a best friend, but then you truly start to see them after you're emotionally invested, after you're emotionally attached. That's where that heartbreak comes from. But it's just, it's always disappointing when you cannot truly see, right? And you only know what you know when you know it. So, whoever this is dealing with a situation like this, where you're ready to walk away from this person who you were very close to, who you thought was your twin flame, but now you're looking for closure because of all the heartbreak, because you're tired of the illusions and you want that abundance. The message here is, once you find closure, number one, don't become bitter. Walk away from this situation with love in your heart, with compassion for yourself. Give yourself grace, forgive yourself, but also forgive the other person. It doesn't mean to ignore what's happened, because yes, it happened, right? The situation did happen, it broke your heart, but take away the lesson. The next time you come across someone that you want to look at in a romantic way, ask the right questions, get to truly know who it is you're dealing with, and don't jump into the honeymoon phase, because that's what happens when you feel butterflies for someone and you're excited. Those first few months are amazing. Everybody has, their best foot forward. But time always tells what needs to be seen. So just be more mindful of that. I'm sorry that you're dealing with heartbreak. I'm sorry that this person who you felt that you can trust, that you felt close to, turned out to be a fake and a phony. But they are giving you something to take with you as you walk away, more wisdom. They're also strengthening your heart as well. So just take what you can from the situation. I'm so glad that you are seeing not from the rose colored glasses anymore. I'm glad that those are off. I'm glad that you are moving forward and doing what you need to do to get back into a place of abundance where you deserve. That's what we all deserve. We all deserve that type of love, but not everybody knows how to give it, collective. And this is why I always say it wasn't love that hurt you in this situation. So don't walk away being mad at love and saying, F love, I'm never going to be in love again. Love is pointless. Love is the highest vibration that we have, it is everything. But unfortunately, you came across an individual who did not know how to love because they were not shown real love. This is why it's important to forgive when you walk away. That is why it's important to keep love in your heart, because you will be able to attract the love that you deserve, but not if you become bitter. Not if you now begin to act like this person acted toward you. So stay optimistic, collective. Continue to heal. Try not to jump into a new relationship as a rebound just to kind of numb the pain either. Feel your feels. Go through that process of healing from this before you engage someone else, because you don't want to keep this pattern going, because it just becomes a hamster wheel, right? It never stops. So whoever this is for, keep your heart open. Don't be so guarded. Definitely heal. Definitely take the wisdom and the lesson. But don't forget love. Okay? All right, you guys, this is what I have for you. I hope I was able to give you some food for thought. The message did resonate. Please hit that like button, comment, share, subscribe, and follow me. But until next time, my collective. Bye, guys.